welcome back to another Sims 4 build challenge. Today we're doing a medium-sized challenge, I want to say. I think it's going to be half weird and terrifying, but actually half quite fun and exciting. I want to say this never really goes well. I feel like I've already jinxed myself. Well, we are diving into Newcrest today, which that only means one thing. Chaos is about to be let loose on your screen. Today, I'm inspired by yet another YouTuber, actually, called Sarah Kendall. She's recently done a challenge called The Sims 4, but every room is a random rug. And I don't think I've done enough of challenges like this recently, so we're starting off this weird trend of challenges again with this one. I think the way she did it, she obviously went into the rugs category, and I think she actually like randomized the rug. Also, why does it look like I have like no rugs? I feel like we had more rugs. Well, maybe if I had more packs, I'd have more rugs, Sandra, that makes sense. But what I'm gonna do today is I'm actually gonna pick out a couple of random ones, like such as I really want to try this one in like the bathroom or something. I'll obviously pick out some of my favorite ones, like this one. Now, she did randomize it, as I said, but I'm not going to today. I think it'll be fun if I just figure it out myself. Try pick out some random ones, like maybe this like green one as well. I mean, like it kind of would be bad if I randomized and I literally just got rustic paw accents. So I was like, look, let's start this off easy. Let's just ease ourselves into this. So what I might do first is maybe I'll just build myself the regular Sandra special, which I usually do, you know, the one bedroom, one office kind of scenario. And then we'll pack out some rugs. No, we'll pick out some rugs. I just wanted to fill you in on the fact that I've created probably one of the worst little layouts that I've done. Like, I mean, no, the layout is okay. We've got like a nice bathroom, got a sitting room, kitchen, dining. There are weird little nooks and things, like what's going on here? Why is the hallway that shape? And the reason why I'm showing you this is like, how am I supposed to roof this? So maybe we could roof it together just so you can see the sheer like upset and chaos. Because looking at a house like this, I feel like if it was a real life bungalow, I feel like this would definitely have, you know, that kind of look, something like this. But then what? You know, then you're stuck. Then you've got nothing. You've just got nothing. Like, could I just dare and do something like this? I just don't think this should be legal. Something like that. No, that should not be allowed. Although that doesn't look too bad if I just tone this down a little, and then we obviously just play around with the back of the house and also the side. Yeah, wait, that could actually work. 1 second. If I do this, okay, like that, be a bit lower. Copy that one over, do another one here like this. That's not the worst, guys. And then I do another one here and I just extend it. Okay, guys, I've got this. Oh, wait, maybe I don't. Maybe it has to go like that though. There are a lot of stupid angles and I totally understand that, but this is the best I can do, okay? So that wasn't too bad. You know, something that I don't really like is how we've got a lot of really lovely arches, like such as this really like big 3-tile one of my favorites. But then we've got like a 2-tile one, but we don't got the same 1-tile one. Now we've got this one, but this one is so short. And then we've got this one, the keystone style arch, which is taller, but it has the little corner squares, which I really don't like. We've got this one then, but it's got that like glass bit on the top of it. So I don't understand why we didn't get another one of these, but just skinny version. Or am I just missing it? Or am I just blind, not seeing it? Or maybe it's a part of a pack or a kit that I don't have, that they've just decided like, look, it's a part of a kit. Maybe just go get the kit, you know, something like that. I'm not sure. So yeah, it just kind of pisses me off. So maybe I'll actually use this one with the little piece of glass for this. So yeah, I'm just working a little bit on the layout and I actually really like it. It turned out okay. I mean, it looks weird from the outside, but we're okay with the fact that it looks weird. Most of my builds look a little bit weird on the outside, especially the ones that we're going to do something weird on the inside. So yeah, I'm just going to work a little bit on the landscaping now. So again, you've probably seen multiple times me doing this, but you know me with my landscaping. I love to just do the exact same thing over and over, just with slight variation. Oh my god, I've got no move objects on today. Rude. I do slight variations of my shrubs, but most of the time, as I said, it is still the exact same. It's because, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But this still might be broke, but we just won't fix it anyway. I just kind of like the way that these arrangements look, and it looks very familiar in my head now, so I'm kind of happy with it today. I'm doing it a little bit more broken up today, you know, kind of like little chunks of shrubs. But as you know me, I love to do shrubs because it does make it look like the build has been there for a while. Oh, I love these tiles, or sorry, this wood for some reason. Yeah, it makes the build look like it has been there for a while. You know, it's not brand new. It's been there. It's been growing with the landscaping, so it's kind of nice. It adds to the realism, you know. It's literally one of my favorite things to do in The Sims. Add some shrubbery. There we go. Ah, the house is coming together already. Of course, we've got to get some dirt underneath, because without dirt, who even are we if we don't accept a bit of dirt in our life? Just a tiny bit up at the front here as well. I kind of feel like maybe I'll put the kind of letterbox over here in that corner. So I might just make this part a little bit more worn. Is it kind of weird to have a wooden walkway? Probably it is, but I kind of like the idea of it, so that's pretty cute. Just working away on my house, and I just want to say how much I love these type of mailboxes. It's just my favorite. I actually really like this one because of the shape of it. It seems a little bit more realistic to, you know, the mailboxes that we have here in Ireland. So I always use this mailbox. So this one and this one, although maybe I'll use this one today just because the color matches the slate a little bit better. And I really love this eco lifestyle, like slate, is that called slate? Stone, like slate. I don't know. I really like it. So these mailboxes, 10 out of 10 for Sandra. And I always forget an outdoor bin. So maybe let's chuck one in here somewhere. This is what the back of the house looks like. So I'm just going to chuck in a bin because I always tend to forget a bin, and not even for like builds that you guys will want, like the gallery, but I always just forget them when I'm actually playing my Let's Play, and then my sim can't take their bin out. So it's kind of annoying. So I just put 2 out there. Again, that's for realism because, you know, it's like your general waste and your recycling. Obviously, we do recycle here in Ireland, so I think that's quite important. So I always like to do 2 bins like that for realism, even though I know in The Sims it doesn't really make any difference how many bins you've got. And I also really like these lights from the new Businesses and Hobbies pack. I know they're more indoor lights, but for some reason I do really love them just for the front of the house. Like, I think they just look really cute. Just kind of like a dimly lit kind of, you know, light. I think that's pretty cute. Okay, guys, so we are now ready. This is what the house looks like on the outside. So again, it looks very similar to what I usually do, but you know, the gray kind of bluey slatey color, I really wanted to crack it up, just change it up a little bit with some like plants outside. I don't know whether that did anything, but I kind of like it. I mean, it's very similar to what I usually build, but it's not about what's on the outside today. It's most definitely about what's on the inside. So as I said, Sarah did randomly generate all the rugs, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I want to put down the rugs that I like and that I think are fun, because there are so many different swatches that we could use. So even if I use this rug, obviously that gives me like a specific style for a room that I should do, and I really kind of want to try doing this rug in the bathroom. But would I shoot myself in the leg almost instantly if I do a rug like that in the bathroom? Is that a bit much? You know, I kind of want to pick out random ones like this Tamarani Beach Vibes rug. I don't think I've ever actually used this swatch of rug, so I think something like that would be pretty cute. I do really love this rug as well, but maybe we could use this rug in like a specific, maybe just black and white swatch, and we could use that somewhere. Obviously, I still want all of these rugs to look like they're kind of like misplaced, or not really misplaced, but maybe mismatched. They're just gonna stand out and look like a bit of a sore thumb. Like, I kind of like this colorful vibed one. That one's pretty cute. I've never used that rug before, I don't think. Oh, that's kind of nice as well. Okay, well, I think I might use this rug for this room. I also really love this rug. I think it has some very interesting swatches. I know it's quite big, but it does have pretty interesting colors. I think there was one of these that I've used before. I think it must have been like this one. I think this one's pretty cute. Maybe we could do like a very bright like sitting room, like an orangey bright sitting room, orange and blue. That's an idea. I don't know. I know that there's different ways that you could take this challenge, but I think I'm going to do it in this way. I think definitely for the kitchen, we should pick out like a really weird rug, something that's going to make me use different types of counters. Do we want to go for a little bit more of like an old-fashioned rug, or even actually the new one from this pack, like maybe something like this? Something like, oh, that's gonna look very old in the kitchen. I know the countertops are probably gonna go over it, but I think that's still fun. So we've got this rug here. Yeah, I think I'm happy with this rug here. We also need something for the hallway, so maybe something long. I do really like this rug. I think this rug is pretty cute, but maybe not for today. What about this rug? See, some of them are a little boring. You know, I don't really just want to pick out like a boring rug. I really just want this to look interesting and intense with the colors that we've picked out, you know? What if I do, let me see. I did want to use the grass one, but maybe not today. See, I like this rug for the hallway, but is that just a little too boring? I think I need it to be a little bit more exciting than that. Like, I guess that's not even that exciting, but does this have fun swatches? No, it doesn't. No, thank you. Sorry about that. Kind of like this one. This one's always so hard to match to any interior. So what if I try do this one? But then again, I'm going to have to use similar flooring throughout the house because I've put really big archways down. See, this is a cool one. Although maybe we could do like a very neutral hallway. All the other rooms are going to be so interesting that maybe we could use this rug for like the neutral vibed hallway. Okay, let's try maybe use these rugs. I think they could be interesting. Specifically this one in the bathroom. I don't know how I'm going to make this work. Okay, enough chitter chatter. Let's get into it. I'm going to start off straight away by picking out a floor and removing that rock from the wall because that's a bit rude. So let's pick out something that will essentially work for three of these rooms together is just what I'm realizing I said. I really do like this flooring, obviously from the new pack, but maybe let's try use something different for today because I feel like I'm just obsessed with that flooring. I think that this one all around would also work. Also, why do I have the grid on? I really love this floor. I wish I had a floor like this in my own house. I think that'd be really cool. I also really do like this one from the For Rent pack, but also king vibes we've got going on here with the eco lifestyle. So I mean, I'm kind of thinking something quite rich and quite deep. Oh, that would look really cool for this room. Oh, guys, do I just do different flooring everywhere, even though there is like a big difference, you know? Because like I kind of like the idea of having this like orangey kind of rich flooring here and then maybe something neutrally vibed on this room. So yeah, look, maybe I'll have to do all different types of flooring because I guess that does make sense. Okay, so let's maybe work a little bit on this room. That kind of deep rich floor I think looks really cool. I almost feel something like that would have had a very cool effect as well, or even like one of these ones. Now I'm starting to doubt my choice. Maybe something a little bit more patterny. Although no, I do like this one. And I guess the way that they're going like this way horizontally kind of does like a nice finish to that side. Okay, let's go with this one. Let's pick out an interesting wall. So I obviously want to go for like blues and oranges. So considering we've got kind of like an orangey hue on the floor, why don't we go for a bluey kind of wall-ish? I don't know. Let's try figure something out here. Oh, I don't understand why that's considered blue. That is most definitely a green. That's interesting. Oh, like wooden panels on the wall. I don't know. Oh, maybe this wall. Oh, 100% that wall. Like that is such a lovely blue textured wall. And then maybe if we had something lighter and brighter to go with it, that could be an idea. Maybe even just more neutral or lighter, because I guess it would be kind of nice to use some like orange furniture. So I don't really want to go too much for orange wallpaper. Sorry, trying to figure out my words here. I for some reason really like this terracotta trimmer, like with that little bit of a tile at the bottom, or is that just a bit weird? I'd like there to be like a little colorful trim at the bottom, almost like this wall, but there's no blue swatch of that. So maybe I'm kind of happy to do something like that, because we obviously have like regular trims too, but I do want it to be orange and a little bit more like, I don't want to say Mediterranean. I don't know what this style is, but maybe let's move on to some furniture next. I also feel like this room is so dark, so maybe I'll just double up on the spotlight just so I can actually see what's going on, because we want to see these beautiful orange vibrant colors. Now for the couch, I almost instantaneously thought of this, but I just don't think that style will match. So why don't I go into orange and see what kind of orange couches we can get, just with like a little bit more of a cohesive style. Like kind of something like this would work. Maybe actually even with those blue cushions, that's quite cute. We do have quite a lot of orange couches, but I'm not sure how to feel about them. So maybe something like that actually does feel nice here. Although the brightness of this couch just fits a little better. Oh, but I feel like I always use that couch, so you guys are gonna be like, stop using the same couch. No, I don't know. Oh, but that just looks so much better with the blue in the back. Like that vibrancy is just like, you can't not use it, you know? I also would love to use this like dark table, maybe with the nice bluey trim. I think that would be kind of cute, like that bluey like glass feeling. But then again, where do I put the TV? I wish we had this TV that would stand up on these like wooden like legs. I wish we had something like that, like, you know, those kind of legs that this TV has, but imagine them longer and a TV on top of it. I think that would be really cool. But now I'm stuck with what TV stand to use, because we obviously want a TV and that looks hideous, so maybe not that one. Does that look weird? Yeah, it does. Oh god, what do I do? Okay, so I figured out maybe that we can go backwards like this. I mean, just flip the whole idea of the room around, and now I'm gonna look for some nice curtains, and all I really want to do is use these ones, and I guess these could kind of match. There is blue ones actually. Wait a second, I can use these in blue. I don't think I've ever used a blue swatch, to be fair, because neutral vibes is all I really ever need. But look, we could try use the kind of bluey ones. That's pretty cute. So we obviously need like a lot of plants and things. Oh, like this one I think would work beautifully. Maybe I could almost like chuck it here, although that would be kind of annoying sitting next to a plant like that. So maybe I'll put that plant over here. I know one of you guys said that the funniest challenge would be for me to actually do a build with no plants, and I've got that as an idea written down somewhere, but I've just been, you know, really not wanting to do something like that. But trust me, I will do it. I will do it because I think it would be funny, and I almost really would like to see myself being tortured with that kind of challenge. So yeah, don't worry, I will do it. I think it would be a lot of fun, to be fair, but it will be very painful, to say the least. I don't really know what bedside locker, or not bedside locker, just like side locker to do. Kind of want this gold one for some reason. I don't know. Does the gold suit? I made it smaller though, so I don't know if I could even put anything on it. Let's do some paintings. I don't know why I'm just doing orange and blue now in this room. I feel like I should stop, because this is not supposed to be like a different tile color challenge, but now I don't know what to do really. I'm kind of stuck. I guess it would be nice to have like maybe some sort of a fun bookcase. Oh, this is a fun bookcase. Ooh, that's an idea. I did put in this fireplace, but I actually don't think I want it now. I think I might use this bookcase instead. What if we just elongate the bookcase, make it like really long? That is kind of weird, but I kind of like it at the same time. But the one thing I don't like is how they're different swatches. They're different swatches of orange. Do you see that difference in color? You know, when you hover over it, it goes lighter, but then when you actually not hover over it, it is still a different color. So that does bother me a little bit, but maybe I'll get over it. I'm not sure. Okay, we could have like a cute light on this side. Obviously a load of plants. Oh yeah, as I was saying, I will be doing that no plant challenge, but then I was also thinking, what if I use all the plants as well? I think that would be kind of interesting to maybe do a little bit of like the both of the extremes. I think that would be brilliant. So let me know what you think of that idea. Okay guys, so I think I've done I have done this with this room, and I really love this little nook that I've created here. So I scaled this little okay, I can't speak today, this little golden thing down. I put some books on it, and then I like tucked the little seat in under it, so it almost looks like it's been put away, but you can obviously like pull that seat out. So I think it's pretty cute. So looking at the rug, you got a little bit of green coming through with the lights, no, the plant. We've got obviously like pops of yellow, pops of gold, pops of blue, and I think it actually turned out okay. I also used this painting, which I never really used. This, what's this called? Super Symmetry. Why doesn't it come up when I highlighted? There it is. Super Symmetry. Which I never use. It's from the base game, but it does have a pretty cool vibe to it. You know, it kind of feels like, I kind of feel like it works with the kind of canvas, the thick kind of canvas style painting. So this is what we've got going on for room number 1, inspired by this huge Salvadorada rug. It's actually really hard to see when something is selected in the catalog, or else maybe my eyes are just going blind. But this huge Salvadoradian rug, the bright colors of it are brought in through this room, and I'm delighted about it. So maybe just as a little moment of peace, let's maybe do this really monochromatic, chill vibed hallway. So with that, again, I'm kind of thinking, what if I go for like really chill vibed, like almost like these floors, this kind of flooring? Just something so chill and like neutral and like modern, you know, so maybe something like that. I almost feel like if we're gonna go for this exact rug, we could almost go for like a gray wall. Just something so boring. Oh yeah, like look at this. That looks brilliant. Exactly what I'm looking for. Is there like a gray Oh, that's a bit of a hue to it, and I don't want a hue. Maybe I could do a little bit of white though as well, just to break it up a little bit. Maybe some white on that wall, but we could go gray everywhere else. Like, how boring is that? So boring, and I love it. Maybe let's go for a nice little, like, table to put your keys down. Maybe on this wall. I think that would be quite cute. Or else maybe I could actually go for some of the... I kind of like doing the idea of, like, a little seat almost where you can sit down. Oh, we could use this thing. Oh, sorry, I'll use that over there. That's such a cool piece. That's from the new bathroom kit. But I also love the idea of having somewhere to sit down to put on your shoes. I think that's a cute look as well. Could do a shelf somewhere. Maybe I could do a shelf on this wall. That's an idea. I don't know why you would want a shelf there, but you're gonna get one. So then here maybe, yeah, how do I do? Oh, this is pretty cool as well though. That could work really nicely. And is that gonna clip? It is gonna clip because this is a bit of a chunky piece. But if I just fit it in like that, I think that would look pretty interesting. So why don't we maybe use you right here? That looks nice. We've got this one over here as well, which I think is pretty cool. So we definitely need like a very kind of gray monochromatic painting, like almost like this thing. I can't bring myself to use that one. So surely there's something else that we could use. Like this one's pretty cool, but maybe actually this one could go on this wall. That's nice. So this is definitely like a gray kind of like neutral vibed room. But I guess we could bring a little bit of like a wooden, there we go. But maybe the other version of this, like this one. Oh, absolutely. Now if I put this one, maybe if I make it smaller though, if I put this one here, right, then I almost feel like I want light switches here as well. Maybe as we come in, I could put like 2 light switches here that will control the hallway. We'll do a light switch for the bathroom out here, and then I guess the other light switches would be on the inside of the room. Doesn't that make sense? I think you put light switches on the inside of the room. What if I almost do like a bit of an accent somewhere? I actually really kind of like the idea of doing something like this. Is that a bit weird? I feel like it is, but I feel like I also kind of love it at the same time. I don't know what it is. Wait, now let me just put that there for 1 second. I feel like I need a boring mirror. And by boring, although, wait a second, screw the boring. What if I put 2 of these together? Oh, wait, what if I do 3 together? We make our own shape? Oh. Guys, am I onto something, or does that look like the most horrendous blob you've ever seen in your life? Wait a second. I'd like to think I'm onto something. I'd like to think that maybe I figured something out. I'd like to think that, but whether I have worked something out, I don't know. Imagine cutting that glass. That would be impossible to cut that glass out in that weird shape. But maybe this is something? Do we like it? Please say we do. Let's just say we do. Let's just say today we do like it. Tomorrow might be a different story. Today we're all for it. What if I do a shelf and next to a shelf a painting? Because that is just the kind of vibe that we get out of this space. Hanging plant is of course going to fit on the shelf. Don't even question me. Hanging plants in The Sims should fit on every shelf. And that is a must. Oh, the other way around, please. So for balance, put it on this side and we bring the shelf up to it. Yeah, that's more like it. That's what I'm talking about, guys. That is what I'm talking about. I don't know why I need the painting right next to it, but apparently I do. And we don't question when Sandra needs something. We just do it. I want to put this random award up there. I don't know why. I guess it kind of fits. The painting now is upsetting me a little bit, but maybe I need to make it white. Yeah, I guess it's fine there. I guess on this wall, I need some sort of a light. And I think the only light that I can really imagine going here would be this one. So maybe we could almost chuck another one on this side. And then definitely we need a coat rack because we're not savages here. We definitely need to put our coat somewhere, and I guess that somewhere means that it's here. Then you've got no access to those beautiful light switches, so I'm gonna move the light switches over here instead. That makes more sense. We do need a welcome rug, like a welcome mat, but is that gonna be cheating? I never even thought about this, so maybe we can't put a mat here. Maybe that's the only way we can go forwards without a mat. Do I put Bob in here? Bob, do you want to go in here? I don't think he does. Okay, guys, so this is our little hallway. So this is our monochromatic, gray and modern, kind of contemporary vibed hallway. And I actually really love this mirror, and I can't believe I've never thought to do anything like this, because the mirrors kind of clip in together. Does this work with any other mirrors, I wonder? Like, what if I do this and then go... Yeah, see, all of the other mirrors, their edges don't like clip, or they don't disappear as such. They kind of stay. But with something like that, or maybe even this one. Yeah, see, if that didn't have the circles on it, then maybe we could. But most of them have like an outline. Yeah, it doesn't really work with a lot of them. But I feel like almost this one, yeah, you could kind of almost overlap them together. So yeah, with this one, it works kind of well anyway. So I like it. I'm going to leave it this way. So that's what we've got going on for this gray patterned contemporary vibed rug. So let's move on, and I am just terrified to do that bathroom, so maybe let's do the bathroom next. I mean, when it comes to the toilet, I kind of like the idea of that green. Like, I haven't decided exactly if that's the rug that I want, because for the bathroom it will be a little difficult to make this work. I mean, I could do something like green. The way that I'm thinking about green is like the old fashioned, you know, like the Sims 2 green toilet. I don't think we have anything like that. I love the way I hate that toilet in Sims 2, but then when I actually need to be building, see, I could do this. That could work. I could make like a really disgusting old style bathroom, almost with like, wait, now, do we have a shower that could even work with something like that? I guess we don't. But I could do like a black shower then. Or else what I could do is I could go for like the blue and the peach, right? Then I could go for some of the new bits, because we have like beautiful like blue and peach items, and I think that navy and the peach would work as well. What do I do? But the blue and the peach would look stunning though. But then like if I go for the other way, it's gonna look questionable. But then again, maybe I should do questionable today, because this is a questionable type of video, so maybe this is what you guys would want. I don't know, but I'm glad I showed you the other option. But maybe I'll stick with this option. Just be different for once. I could still use some of the new items from that kit. I mean, that kit is amazing. The sleek bathroom kit. I just don't understand that when you go into bathroom decorations, the accents, you can't find the sleek bathroom accents. I think that's a little silly, but that's okay. So maybe we could actually use even this divider, the black, and create our own little shower. This could be where our shower scenario is. Actually, even the new shower, does a black one come with this? It does. Ooh, I could use a black, but then again, that kind of old style one with the little handles like that, I feel like it works a little bit better with this rug and this whole vibe. So maybe actually I could chuck the toilet maybe here somewhere. Wait now, what if I put the toilet, wait now, because I kind of really do want to pick out a nice sink. Obviously by nice I mean something that's really going to match this aesthetic, which is going to be quite difficult. We've got this, but does that match the aesthetic? It doesn't really. If that was like green and black, then it would match, but it doesn't really match. Like, I'm kind of thinking something like that. There is a green in this. Ooh, wait a second. There is like a black and gold. There is green and black, so I guess we're gonna have to go for green and black. I guess that's the kind of bathroom that I'm after. Am I? Do I want to put the shower this way? Or wait, now, do I want to put the shower actually the other way around? I'll put the shower this way, so that when you come in, you're not like directly facing the shower. There's like a little bit of a divide between the shower. Maybe actually I'll do my cool little shower trick. Wait now, I've figured this out recently. If you do this, you take another one, and then you take another one, then you can also make like a little open shower. If you line these up nicely, you line these up like that, just say, you can make your sim like a realistic open shower, which I think that's pretty cute. I kind of like that idea. I feel like the toilet should almost be there, and maybe we do just put the sink on like this side, and then the rug can go here. That probably makes more sense. Okay, mirror. What kind of mirror? I feel like maybe just this black one, because of the curved edges. Like anything circular like that is giving me that kind of like kitsch, almost 70s, or am I thinking 70s, 80s vibe? I almost feel like that toilet is a little bit too bright, but I don't think we've got any other green toilets. Wait now, let me just have a look. I never thought I'd be clicking green and toilet all in one search thing, although that's a nice one, but that's a bit too modern. No, that's not 70s. See, that's way too vibrant. I'm almost looking for like this potty toilet. No, okay, I guess it will have to be this one. I guess we'll make it work. So then we just need a little bit of toilet paper, which we might go for this that one. Oh god. See, the toilet paper from the new kit doesn't come up here, so that's so bloody annoying. I kind of want to use this one. I think that one would really work. Just like that dark toned one. Then we can maybe use these like green little sponges somewhere. Can I like put them on the glass? Because they are clipping through the glass, but I kind of like them being connected to the glass. So maybe that could work like that. What other clutter? I guess this could also work, like this black one. Yeah, I kind of like the idea of this. Maybe I'll chuck that like right here in the corner. I'll make it maybe like this a bit. Oh, what a cool little quirky toilet. Wow. Bet you've never seen a toilet like that before. Yeah, I believe you haven't, but that's okay. Don't worry, you will see it here today. Oh, why do I feel like this object would work here so well? Like alone, this object would look kind of bad because especially because the neutral, like the default color is like this pink color. But I feel like the black, it almost gives you like industrial vibes and it does really fit like the black accents of this room. It's just a toilet that's upsetting me a little bit. I don't know what it is. But the toilet just doesn't seem to be working with me, but that's okay. Okay, we need some towels as well. We've got no towels. I almost feel like that towel will work too. Maybe I'll put this towel here. Yeah, there we go. And then maybe just like a nice thing there. Oh, guys, I actually really like this room. Weirdly enough, I was a little bit scared and skeptical of this rug being here in the bathroom, but there's just something about it. Like, I don't make enough quirky bathrooms like this. I tend to go for something quite neutral and something quite safe and modern for the toilet. But maybe even that rug being at a slight angle, a slight tilt shows us that, you know, there's different ways of taking this room. And I just realized I haven't done the walls yet, so that's interesting. What if I go for, oh no, don't think there's gonna be a swatch that I'm after, but maybe almost this black with the white works. Maybe only on like these two walls. And then the rest we could almost just go for like a white with the gray. I think that's kind of cool. I kind of like this. And then for the floor, now the flooring, I kind of do want to bring a little bit of like green, but a little bit of like an old tile. Like one of them. Oh, wait now. Is there like a green somewhere? Like I know there's this green, but that's a bit much. Although we could just do black, or we could do black and white. Guys, we've got options. This one. Oh, it's gotta be this one, surely, because like the colors match so well. Oh, it's gotta be that one. We've got black and white on the wall to mimic this, the outside of this just checkered pattern. And then like the green and the light paler green is literally what's happening on the inside. I mean, this room is giving me a headache to say the least, but I think it's perfect. I think honestly, it is a perfect bathroom. And I was so scared to do it, but I think now it's actually turning out to be one of my favorite rooms. I definitely want like a quirky light, and I kind of like this idea of the interrogation illumination. Oh my god, that's such a funky light. Wait a second, can I see it? Oh no, that's such an ugly light. Wait now, it's kind of cool, but maybe this one would work. Oh yeah, wait now, this black one would probably look a bit more sophisticated and a little nicer. Make it a tiny bit smaller so it's not too in your face. Hide the saucer underneath it just to make it brighter. Although, is that a bit too bright with the saucer? Like it's, oh god, it's such a weird color in there. What's going on? Wait, maybe I don't want there to be any other light. I feel like the saucer is just the best light at like illuminating the space, and then everything else is just a bit much. Oh, I like these ones. See, there's this one from the new pack where the bulb is like coming out, but this one doesn't have that, you know, like this regular one. So I almost feel like maybe if I scale this down, make it really skinny. It's like a green version. Put that there. But then I feel like, oh my god, I feel like maybe the saucer needs to go. But then it just looks so like weirdly lit. No, guys, for the bathroom, I'm just gonna keep the saucer, and we're just gonna forget that ever happened. Yeah, just a regular saucer. Although maybe it's this light that's upsetting me. Maybe that white wall doesn't actually need a light. Oh, maybe we could do it above the door. Yes. Wait now, we'll do it above the door. And maybe I'll just do like 2 of these here. Maybe like a smaller one. I don't know. Would you want a smaller one? Actually, that looks a bit weird, does it? Is there a green? There's a green. Doesn't really match though. It's more mossy green. Maybe we'll do white. White and black. There we go. That's your bathroom. Bathroom complete. I love it. 10 out of 10 for the bathroom. I guess since we're on this side of the house, let's just do the kitchen. I mean, the kitchen, I don't really know what I'm going to do with the kitchen because this is the type of rug I picked. Looks a bit nasty. Looks a bit scuffed up. And I guess this is the color that I want to go for. Because there's also this. Like, that's a pretty interesting thing, but maybe we need to go for something like that. And by scuffed up, do I mean like something like this? Like a country kind of scuffed up kitchen? Or do we still think that this modern aesthetic fits, that like scuffed up hipster. I found this in the dumpster, and we like to recycle and reuse, you know? Or do I just mean like a homely kind of kitchen that's just been used and walked all over? Because I think that also would make sense. Maybe actually this kitchen cabinet really works because it has a nice bit of like blue stone, which almost looked marked and scuffed, and also like a bit of that wooden and yellow and gold. I don't know, maybe this one would work. Maybe let's give this one a go, guys. Let's give it a whirl. I hate the way they like clip through into the wall. Like, that's one of my least favorite things. Like, why is that halfway through the wall? Why? I don't know. I never do like big kitchens like this, but today is the day, guys. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm gonna put into the middle of this. I kind of felt stupid putting an island in the middle here, knowing that there's, you know, a rug. So how would they put the counters over the rug? I think that's so weird. And even though realism doesn't usually play a big part of my life, but I just thought that would be kind of weird. So maybe I'll just do a tiny little table here. And I know we'll still have like a dining room in the other room, but maybe this is just like a breakfast bar room, you know, that kind of way. So you could kind of, you know, maybe just sit like that here, you know, just do like an interview style room. I don't know. It's a bit weird. There's so many like neutral dark blue chairs, like navy almost. But oh, this one, oh sorry, good luck, God bless. This one is so much better. That's kind of like a nice little, you know, breakfast bar. Maybe just 3 chairs just so that we can actually walk around it better. That's nice. Okay, something like this. I'm just not sure. I'm not sold on that oven. I don't really know what other oven to pick. Could do yellow, but then it doesn't really match the fridge. I really wanted to use this fridge, but it just feels a bit wrong. Although maybe I could just make it the dark color, and then that would have to be, oh god, what color does that be? How many cabinets is too many cabinets? Because I am just losing track of cabinet time. I don't really know what I'm doing anymore at this point, but it's definitely a different type of kitchen to what I normally build. Okay, this is most definitely one of the weirdest kitchens I have ever made. And by weirdest, I mean just the color vibes of it. I mean, it's so dark. I kind of like it. There's something really cozy about it, but would I enjoy cooking in here? I don't think so. There's also a couple of items that I'm just not sure about, but that I kind of just wanted to fill the space with. Such as this curtain, but I kind of thought it fit. I don't know. I have like a weird kettle here with a bit of gold on it, you know, because I kind of wanted to have as many items that almost have the color scheme on it. I also did this like little stand here, which I thought was really pretty. Maybe I could do another, maybe like painting something, a painting or something on the wall. I don't know. Maybe just something like almost this could kind of work. I don't really know. I don't know. Am I just inspired by, am I supposed to be just inspired by the rug, or am I supposed to take like the fashion sense out of it as well? I don't really know. So I'm interested to see what you guys are going to think about. Although then again, why would you put a painting up on a thing like that? I don't know. That looks a bit weird. Maybe I'll put it up here, and maybe maybe if I move the bin this way, because you could just drag things into the bin. Maybe we could actually just put another little like plant or something here. I feel like we need one. I don't know. Do we need one that close to the bin though? I don't think so. Anyway, I think I'm just gonna leave this part like empty with, well, maybe a light actually, sorry. Maybe if I get like a nice little light of some sort. I'm almost kind of thinking something like this. This one also has a bit of navy on it. So there we go. That's your kitchen. I don't like the kitchen. Let's move on from the kitchen. Let's do dining while we're here. I mean, while we're at it, we might as well. So dining is very clearly black and white, and this really does remind me of my black and white challenge that I did one time. So it was, every tile was a different black or a white tile, which was just sensational. It was crazy. It was indeed terrifying to say the least. So maybe we could do something a little bit less crazy in this room, but I'm almost thinking of doing like a white floor. I don't do enough white flooring, so maybe something like that. Actually, I love the herringbone. I think the herringbone is actually quite cute. And then maybe we could go for like a darker wall if we have, you know, the lighter flooring going on for us. We do like a panel of like metal, or do we just go, maybe we just like a regular black? Let's do something like this. And then maybe, wait, now we also have that gray already going on for us in the other room, so maybe I actually need something a little bit more interesting than that. What about the new paneling? Actually, that would be quite cute if we just did like black paneling as well. So just like white floor and black walls. I think that's pretty cute, but maybe the herringbone is a bit too much now. Maybe I was actually kind of happy with this flooring. Don't think I've ever used this flooring before, like especially in this color. Maybe I'll make it go like this, although probably looks a little bit better going that way for this room. Yeah, maybe that's okay. It's a bit of a different take on a black and white room. So again, we obviously need like a nice table, and I'm just gonna go for black and white, obviously. Let's see, what kind of nice options do we got? We got the, oh my god, there's a brand new yellow table. That would be really cool for the every tile is a different color challenge, but not today. I guess I'll just make this kind of simple. I mean, I don't really want to overthink. Probably the easiest rug. Oh, what if we do these chairs? Oh, I don't really like the blue rim on the glass, but then again, that does make sense. I don't really want to overthink probably the easiest room. So maybe let's just make it, oh, these look very yellow. Wait, what's happening? Why do they look so yellow? Is it because of the lighting? Oh, guys. It must be the lighting, but it does seem like they're a bit yellow. Wait, maybe they're a little bit better now, but why do they still seem kind of yellow in my eyes? Or maybe we do wooden chairs. Or these ones actually are really pretty, but we don't want to add any gold. Why do I see yellow? Although maybe that means they're just nice and used. They're worn. They're well and truly loved. That's what they are. Okay, guys, I really didn't want to overthink this room, and I feel like I've already kind of have. So I've made it quite neutral. There's not much happening in it. I kind of like these lights with these paintings together on that wall. It almost feels like a piece all together. And when I added the lighting, you can kind of really see that scuffed marks on the wall, which I kind of like to add a little bit of texture. I almost thought that maybe these blankets here were a cool indication of the fact that we've got these sliding doors, so we can, in the summer, maybe open up the sliding door, kind of let the out in and in out, and we maybe bring the blankets outside, when it's a little bit cooler in the evening. Love this little area over here with the books and like the little light, so that feels pretty nice. And then we've got a beautiful big pointy plant that you will definitely poke your eye out with when you're trying to sit at this chair in particular. Like, that's a very pointy, edgy, sharp, so that's okay. We've got that going on for us. But I mean, when it comes to black and white, you really don't want to overthink it too much, and I still feel like I kind of did overthink it, but I'm not sure. I don't know what you guys think of this room, but I kind of want this room to be a little more simple. And already when you zoom out, this is giving me that feeling that my weird build challenges give me, so I'm glad that we're back here again. But anyways, let's move on. Next up, we've got the bedroom, which I kind of think, so I think obviously, like, if we're going with this one, we obviously want to do yellow. I feel like I've been doing yellow bedrooms recently quite a lot. I'm not sure how to feel about it, but I'm almost thinking about this bed, because this bed also has a little bit of blue and stuff on it, but I think we're gonna have to go this way. I think I almost feel like doing something like this instead. I know it's kind of stupid putting a rug like that when you'd obviously want the rug to be under the bed, so that when you come out of the bed, you're nice and cozy on the floor. But I just feel like for balance, it just looks a little bit better when it's down further down the room. I don't know. Do you get me? So I'm kind of happy with something like this. So I'm also seeing a little bit of black, maybe because there's a little bit of like a black outline. So maybe that might be an idea that we could use. Oh, the yellow. Maybe we could use like black bedside lockers. Is that just a bit much? Like, I know I'm really like drawing that black out. I didn't even notice that there was a black outline until 2 minutes ago. Maybe something like that. So I make it a little bit less yellow, but well, obviously I will make it yellow because the rug is primarily yellow. But I kind of like the idea of maybe like switching it up with like a black, because there is still a little bit of black on that rug. Thinking of this light, even though I have been using this light like everywhere, but I feel like this light literally is a perfect light for this, because it has a little bit of brown, has a bit of like yellowy golden vibes going on to it, but don't forget there is a little bit of blue still, so let's not get discarded by the blue. So maybe I could find like one of these, and I think, yeah, there's like a bluey greeny one, so maybe we could use that there. And I also started using this little get up alarm clock that we've got from one of the, what was it? That recent blast from the past thing. So maybe these two together look kind of cute on this bedside locker. So they bring in a little bit of that bluey greeny hue throughout there, but we won't have too much of that because we already have a little bit of blue in the bed. So then I'm thinking, yes, I'm going to be allowed to use my curtains here, which are my absolute favorite curtains. So let's just make use of that while we can before we change our mind. So that's perfect. Absolutely 10 out of 10. We obviously need a chest of drawers, which I'm kind of thinking, oh, excuse me. I'm kind of thinking the chest of drawers should go here. And can I get like a yellowy chest of drawers? I kind of want to go for a little bit of like a funky color. I mean, there is a vibrant yellow from the new pack, but that think that's a bit much. What about, obviously this one is my favorite one. Well, one of my favorite ones, but maybe we need something a little bit more vibrant. Oh, I love this one as well though. And how skinny it is, it probably would make sense because it's not like overlapping the rug. God damn it. Here I am trying to be different and use different items. Or I could use this one. Oh, bloody heck. I'll use this one. I think this one would work a little bit better. I'll do this one, right? Is there like a vanity table? Do I have a vanity table? Not really. Can I make my own vanity table? What if I get the new desk? Maybe not. Maybe not that idea. Or what if I get this desk? If I get a mirror, that gold mirror, they were, or actually, yeah, they were maybe right with this mirror. Although that does look a bit silly, doesn't it? Kind of wanted to make my own like vanity table, but I don't think that will work. I wonder, will these paintings be just enough amount of color pattern? I think you can kind of see a little bit of yellow. There's even a little pop of like red, which I can see in these squares. Obviously got the white frame, so I feel like maybe that would be the amount that I'm looking for of color pattern theory. I don't know what I'm trying to say here anymore. I did this for the little vanity. Obviously, I don't think this would be functional at all. It's also not even a vanity. It's more so like a cup and drinking, drinking and reading kind of thing. But I thought maybe something like that would be a little bit more interesting of a take rather than just having, you know, a regular chest of drawers or whatever. I also kind of want to use, wait now, where is this mirror? Although that mirror would actually be quite nice. So maybe use this mirror here as well. But I kind of wanted to use the freestanding, where are you? Where's that mirror gone? This one. Kind of wanted to use this one here as well. Because there is like a nicer kind of yellowy, although that's not very yellow. Kind of want more yellow in this room. But then again, we'll have yellow, I think, with the walls and things. So maybe let's do a little bit of the walls now, actually. Actually, I need an ottoman. I don't know why I'm obsessed with ottomans recently. Like anything to do with like sitting down, like extra seating space, give me extra seating space. I think that's like perfect there. Okay, so I'm kind of thinking for the floor, obviously wooden. I think a wooden floor would be perfect. What about though if we go for, is there... If I go for yellow, no, that's too much. That's way too much. We just need like a nice rich type of wood, almost like this one, because that almost feels like yellow and it has a little bit of like white and a little bit of like a darker tone as well. I think something like that. It just makes the room feel extra busy and not as like intense yellow, because as I said, I've been doing a lot of yellow recently and not sure how to feel about, you know, how to feel about doing a lot of yellow, although that's kind of cool. Oh, that could be an idea, guys. Okay, I don't know. Is that too much? Again, I am gonna have to have a little bit of yellow. So, I'm like, oh no, maybe. I don't know at this point. I feel like a nice yellow textured swatch. Oh, this one maybe, because it's like slightly muted, not too much, but just enough, I feel. I think this could be the one, guys. Or else we do this. That's actually pretty cute as well, because it has almost like a hue of yellow and orange. So it's just not as yellow as everything else that I've been doing. I kind of like this as a backdrop, but is that a bit weird? Because that is most clearly like winter, what is this called? Winter warmth wood paneling. And this is obviously meant to be Japanese inspired. So I'm not sure how to feel about it, but maybe if I put these white columns in there, just gives it like a feeling, especially with the skirting boards, that it matches. Is that something I could do, or is that weird? You know, that's what I'm trying to figure out here. Yeah, guys, look, I've just come to the conclusion that every time I do a yellow bedroom, it turns out weird and it turns out a little bit too much. So I guess maybe I'm okay with this. Maybe this is just something I need to accept and I just need to move on. Okay, and then we've got the last room, which is the office space. And I'm not sure about this rug. I kind of thought that it was more beigey, not pinky. That is most definitely like pink and multicolored. So I guess I could try and match this rug, because there are so many different types of rugs that I don't even know which one to go for. So maybe we should try it. I mean, it's gonna look hideous, but maybe let's try this rug. Okay, fine, let's try it. Okay, so I need like a pinky, light pinky flooring, I suppose, to kind of match it. I think that would be an idea that we could, okay, nothing's really working already. Okay, maybe not. Right, let's go back to the drawing board. Maybe let's get like a neutral wooden tone. Yeah, something like this. because that's essentially the color that I thought this floor was, but that's obviously not the case. So then maybe we could do like a light beigey pink wall. Maybe that would be an idea. Like almost literally that. Like that is the color of the rug actually, isn't it? That's literally the perfect color of the rug. Maybe eventually once I do some objects, we could maybe do one of the walls to be maybe like a red to match the pink to offset it a little bit, or maybe like a baby blue. But yeah, this is meant to be an office space, and I already think that I should have made this like a kid's room, but maybe we can make this office space work. So why don't we go for okay, what am I thinking here? Because do I want to go for like a color-y desk instantly off the bat? Like I could do like a yellow desk, maybe like something like this because it has a few extra colors, but as you can see, that is obviously like a child's desk, but there's no child's room in here. Oh my god, looking at the rest of the house, I'm a little triggered, so let's not look at it yet. Let's just leave it for a while, okay? Maybe I could do like something like that, but then again, it's not gonna give me that craftsy feel that I'm looking for. I think that's kind of what I need a little more. Like this person's obviously like crafty. They love to craft. They love to, you know, do quirky things. Maybe this one because it has a little bit of green on the leg. So it has color, but not too much. I almost feel like that chair would work. Although, maybe that chair, that's a new chair. Oh, wait a second. That pattern, we could play with that pattern. And don't we also have that pattern as a wallpaper? I feel like we do. Wrong. I don't think I've used it yet. Will I do it? I guess it does make sense because it's like crazy colored patterns and the colors do match. So maybe we should do it. We should do it, guys. I feel like I voted already. I'm doing it. There's this like colored lamp here as well. So maybe a lamp like this would be the perfect choice. This one has multicolors, so that's fantastic, honestly. Brilliant. Also, this laptop, I only just realized, has intense, crazy swatches that I did not know were a thing. So maybe we could do like a yellow laptop. That's fantastic, isn't it? I'm kind of thinking maybe we could use this little stool. That would be an idea. I feel like I always use this stool, but there's just something about it. Is it even a stool? No, it's a table. It's actually a table. I keep calling it stool, but that's okay. I don't even know what kind of design or decoration I want in this room, because the easiest thing obviously would be just do painting. Just do something crafty. Etsy crafty, Bob's your uncle. Don't think about it too much, but like, are we getting bored of it? Yes. Am I getting bored of it? Absolutely, yes. Maybe we could do like interior designer. I know that again, that is very crafty and very artsy, but maybe interior design. Oh, these are kind of cool. These could work on this wall. Maybe not. Maybe a pride flag. That's actually kind of pretty. This is a gender identity flag. And just to make sure that if I am going to be using the flag, I'm talking about it, this is the pan-gender flag. So I know it's kind of weird using a gender identity flag in this case, just purely for the design of it. But I guess I like the way the Sims add that for me to be able to use. So then I can research, you know, the different types of identities and bring them to light and obviously give them the credit that they do deserve. So maybe that is something we should use here. And I'm instantly thinking of my curtains as well. So sorry now, we're moving on to the curtains pretty briefly because the curtains are life. Look at them. They fit perfectly in this room. Yes! Woohoo! Okay, so there is this red bookcase. What if I scale it down and use it above this board? So obviously that's like the interior designer board, which I think that would look pretty cute all together. So obviously it's just to show that, you know, we're an interior designer and interior design is art, and that's what we do here. I really want to put these books up on top of it, but I'm gonna have to them to sit on top of it perfectly though. Oh my god. I actually really did want to be an interior designer. That was my second choice that I was going to pick when I was going to college. That's actually the second course that I did get awarded, but I never went with that. I went and did fine art, and now here I am. So it's, you know, it's the choices we make in life that lead us to where we are, and here I am making YouTube videos. I mean, I love making YouTube videos, don't get me wrong, but it's just sometimes I think about it, I'm like, what if I chose that other path, you know? Obviously, we all think about things like that. Surely I'm not the only one that thinks about, like, what if? I know that's floating, but just don't worry about it. I don't know. Just don't worry about it. I kind of like that clutterness of it. Guys, I really don't know what else to do in this room. I'm kind of struggling with this one. Obviously, I mean, as I should. Like, look at it. But I'm trying to figure out, is there any other, like, maybe colorful plants that I can use? But then it's just going to make the room look hideous. And I feel like it already does look a little hideous. Like, there's just so many things going on, and now I'm thinking about adding more pattern on this wall. I really don't know. Have I made a mistake with this room? I really don't have a clue. Maybe if I just throw a nice little green plant to offset everything, you know, just to calm everything down, like maybe this one. Isn't there actually like a nice, yeah, there's a nice few swatches of the little basket that it sits in. So maybe something like that is okay. I don't know. Maybe I need another light of some sort. Like, we've got this nice little pink one, which obviously, like, pink is the main color. It's the most, like, protruding color, purely because of the fact that the back of, like, the actual background of the rug is pink. So that does make sense, but I just wanted to add, oh yeah, a few extra colors. But maybe this room is just meant to be a little bit mismatched and a little bit crazy, and maybe we kind of like it. Because it's obviously not something I usually build, this room. This is definitely a journey to create this room. This room was definitely a vibe. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Oh, these would be perfect. You know, these literally have like some of the colors. So yeah, we'll remove this saucer and we'll take this. Okay, guys, I kind of like this room. Maybe it's just a bit weird and a bit quirky, but maybe this is the type of room that we needed to kind of calm everything. Because as you can see, looking at it now, the sitting room, that's what we started with and that's what we ended with. So it was a whole journey. We went through the entirety of the rainbow pretty much, but looking at it now, I'm just so glad to see all those crazy rooms and crazy colors, because it does really make you think outside the box, and I haven't done something like this in quite a while. So I'm excited to get back to doing challenges like this. So let me know if this sparks any other ideas of different types of rooms that you want me to do, inspired by maybe some objects. But yeah, guys, I think this is complete. So the one last thing we got to do now is do a little tour. And now I'm thinking about it. Should I have painted the ceilings as well a different color? So maybe I'll just very briefly do that. Like, even if I do like light wooden blue paneling there for the bathroom, I'm kind of thinking like maybe just a white tile. Maybe not the hexagonal tile, but maybe, wait, where's the other tile? Wait, do we not have that other tile? Oh, mind, I thought we had a different tile as well. Maybe I will do the hexagonal tile there. We'll just do maybe a carpet on the ceiling, and no thank you. Maybe just the regular white wood here as well. Oh, why don't we do this one for the ceiling of this room? Oh, absolutely. Okay, I've painted the ceiling, so now let's do a tour. Welcome on into my room. Oh, my room. Welcome into my room, guys. Welcome on in. No. Welcome to my house inspired by different rugs. So every single room in this house is inspired by a random rug that I've picked. Not generated like a Sarah Kendall did. I actually just picked out my own rugs. And I mean, I still had a lot of fun. Maybe we could do a randomly generated one, but I actually really did want this to feel cohesive. But let me know what you think of the idea of randomizing it. Anyways, welcome on into the first room, where we are greeted by my little DIY mirror, which I'm actually obsessed with this mirror. If you can take anything away from this video, take away the fact that you can make this quirky shaped mirror. And I think for this contemporary, neutral, inspired by this rug room, I think that does make a lot of sense. So I really do like it. I mean, there's pops of like gold and stuff, but that's because, you know, a contemporary room like that, even though we're inspired by this like gray monotone rug, I would still have pops of gold to kind of give you the idea that this is a very temporary room. You know, that's what we've got. We've got a shelf here with some award on it. I really like this room. I mean, I'd like to make a whole house like this as well. Let me know what you think of that idea. Like stone, gray, monotone, contemporary, like zero objects, like so minimalistic. Let me know what you think of that idea, because I think that would be a lot of fun as well. So anyways, then you cannot begin to imagine what this would feel like. You come into someone's house and you're like, whoa, your house looks so nice and monotone. And then you turn to this room and you're like, whoa. So yeah, this is insane. Welcome on into the sitting room, where we're inspired by this such fun rug. I mean, that rug is amazing. It's a Salvadoradian rug, and we did manage to make it work. I mean, it was a little bit of a struggle at the beginning, but I'm glad I did choose this wallpaper with the kind of terracotta skirting board, because I think that's a little bit of fun, and I don't think I've ever used this wall, but I also love the texture of that wall. It almost looks very similar to the texture of this wall, so I wonder, is that just recolored? Anyways, I just love the textures on the walls, the textures on the couch. I think textures are one of my favorite things in The Sims, especially with vivid colors like this. But look at how fun this room turned out. I mean, it's amazing. I mean, we started off on a very strong note, but yeah, I really do love this room. Anyways, then let's move on to the bathroom, which is probably my second favorite room of this house. So this is our green and black bathroom inspired by this rug. This really reminds me of, like, I want to say, is it the 60s? No, I've just searched it. It's actually more of like the 70s and slight bit of 80s mixed together, but 80s was very like not very aesthetically pleasing. So I think it's more so the 70s. I don't know. You can let me know in the comments, but I love this. I mean, we were inspired by this rug, and I think the flooring and the wallpaper, we've nailed it. But yeah, we've got some cool objects that I never would have thought to use, like this towel rack. Normally, no, a no-go for me. But in this case, just like the thin features of that towel rack, it just really works with the thin features of our little shower and like the sink. I mean, there's just something about it that, even though this would feel like a very nasty kind of toilet, looking at the state of that toilet, it still feels contemporary in a way in my eyes. I don't know what I've done here, and I've obviously made my own little shower thing here with the new shower divider from the new kit. So yeah, I don't know, I really like this bathroom, so let me know what you think of it. Anyways, then we are in, oh okay, I hate that ceiling. I don't like this kitchen at all in general. I mean, it was inspired by this rug, and if you squint your eyes, yeah, you kind of get it. It does make sense. Like, I like the navy chairs and things like that, but I just think I've lost myself in this room a little bit. I don't like it. Things are a little too mismatched. I just realized that that's kind of green. Yeah, I don't like this room at all. Let's just leave it. Then we've got our beautiful dining room, which I love this dining room. I mean, there's just something so serene about it. Love this. I love that little design over there. I like the idea of realism that, like, yes, we can go outside through this lovely sliding door and take our blankets out with us. There's just something so nice about it. I mean, eating spaghetti bolognese on these chairs would be just diabolical. So that's all I'll say. I will leave you with the idea of spaghetti bolognese on these white chairs. Then let's move on to our bedroom, which I love the bedroom. I mean, there's just something so cozy and warm and inviting about this bedroom, just especially with the idea of having like a nice back garden view. It's just warm. It's nice and warm, and it feels very comfy, cozy. And I like this feature wall that I've done, especially with the two side columns. I think it does make it work a little bit better. Less like it's just standing out like a sore thumb. Maybe it still is standing out like a sore thumb a little bit, but I love the textures. I love the vibes. I love the fact that we are heavily inspired by almost like every single color of this rug. Like, we've got a little bit of black on the outline on those bedside lockers. We've got some green and blues going on because there is a tiny little bit of green and blue. Obviously, we've got the yellow. We've got like the two-tonal wallpaper, which almost gives you that two-tonal yellowy orange feel of that rug. I mean, there's something cool about it. And we've obviously made our own little vanity table, which, wow, how innovative are we? We're just crazy in here. I don't know. I like this bedroom. I think it's very cozy and very, very vibey. And then we've got our last room, which, I mean, thank God it was the last room, because I thought that was one of my first rooms that I did. I definitely would have felt very defeated, but this is, oh my God, I actually really love the ceiling with this. Maybe actually the ceiling saved this room, because wait a second, do I actually love this room? Wait, no, God forbid I say that I actually love this room. I mean, we've got a statement piece with that red, but there is obviously red on that rug, so I really needed to bring that red subtly in somehow. We've got beautiful light coming in through the window. We've got some pastels. We've got a lovely pangender flag on the wall, so we're delighted, we're vibing, and we've got some nice pinks and greens, very like pastel colored. And I also kind of think that I really would love to do a full pastel house, so let me know what you think of that idea as well. But obviously this person is a designer, is an interior designer, and maybe that's why this whole house is inspired by all these different rugs, because they're an interior designer. They're playing around with the ideas, you know, they're using their whole house as a sketch pad. They're trying out different ideas before they go out into the big world and decide on these crazy crazy ideas for the rest of the world in someone else's house. So they're playing around in their own house first. I mean, I think that's a pretty cool narrative and storyline to have for this house, that yes, this person is actually an interior designer and they just get inspired every day. Maybe they change their rooms like every single month. I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. So please let me know what you think of this idea. Thanks again for the inspiration from Sarah for today's video. I mean, there are so many different ways that we could also take this. Maybe we can get inspired by an item, maybe inspired by a plant. Let me know, because I'm back with all these crazy challenges. I know we've been doing a lot of Let's Plays because I'm loving my Let's Plays and I still will continue to do them, but I'm back definitely with some crazy and quirky design build challenges. Of course, if you are new here, definitely don't forget to subscribe. I cannot believe I hit 9,000 subscribers. I was gonna say 9,000 simoleons. Woohoo! 9,000 subscribers. Thank you so much to each and one of you for subscribing to my channel, for commenting, for engaging with my content. It absolutely just, it's a little bit mind-blowing how we're already at 9,000, but obviously the next big milestone is 10,000. One of you guys also did suggest that I should do a 9k build, a 9k challenge, so that should be coming fairly soon as well. So definitely don't forget to hit that subscribe so you won't miss my crazy build challenges. There are more coming, so stay tuned. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye.